Hello, it's Tom again. Today's video is a little bit different. I would like to talk about somebody I went to school with. Chances are you went to school with somebody like this too. If at least if you grew up in a middle class suburbia type town. Now, I guess being dissatisfied with um, what life is like there, and I guess cultural upbringing, the way things are done. Uh, this individual chose to embrace a different culture and lifestyle poorly, and they would wear do rags and imitate speech they heard from music videos and things they watched on television and in movies. Um, it was a cringeworthy cultural appropriation. The politest word we would use to describe an individual like that was poser. This was the 90s. Um, Now, I'm 40. That used to be a very common thing that people were doing. Um, it would the embrace of this pretend culture of what life was like in an inner city, uh, you know, poverty class, projects area type thing was, you know, well, a lot of it was just crap he got from television and music videos. When I say he, it was more than one person. It was a bunch of people. And as I mentioned, being 40, I don't see that anymore. Nobody in the last 10 years, hell, I don't even know when it stopped. Probably early 20s. Uh, People around me stopped pretending to be from, the hood, yo. They stopped trying to tell you what life was like on the streets. Now, I've lived in cities uh, and in poverty class areas. I've been that kind of broke. And I've lived in very rural areas when I was enlisted. And I would like to call attention to another kind of poser that I'm pretty sure we called these kids posers back then. But somehow we kind of started letting it slide. And instead of appropriating the culture, an imaginary culture of, inner city life, they started appropriating what they believed was the culture of rural America, small towns. And I just find it odd. You see a 40-year-old white dude um, wearing a do rag and like crip walking and giving you his idea of what Ebonics sounds like. Is Ebonics still a thing? I don't know. Um, you know, we'd stay away from that guy. He's probably sick. And he's definitely unpleasant to be around. And when they start thug whiling and, handling their business, they're looking for a fight and glorifying it or romanticizing it. Yeah, we would not want anything to do with that 30 or 40-year-old man. Let's replace that do-rag with a Stetson cowboy hat. And instead of crip walking, maybe he's sauntering like his butt is sore from riding on a saddle all day. And instead of telling you what life is like in the streets, yo, he's going to tell you what life is like in a small town, y'all. and uses it to kind of romanticize and glorify violence and how he's going to handle business. Somehow we don't see, somehow a lot of people have a hard time seeing that there's something wrong and kind of sick about the second example. And maybe it's worth looking at and learning how to recognize that one poser is just as worthless as the other poser. More so because somehow he never grew out of it. Bye.